Today, I want to encourage you to listen to your body. And I'm saying it because at the moment I feel there's a strong sense of a need to withdraw and to disconnect from the outside world, which has come in conjunction with a current lockdown in the UK, which is requiring a lot of us to stay at home. The one positive of that is that we're allowed to go out each day, and for many of us, it gives us the opportunity to get out and go for a walk and see what's happening around us in the world and see a bit of the nature that's going on. And that's the thing I want us to lean into. What's happening in nature? What is the earth doing at the moment? And how can our lives reflect that same process? The reason why I'm talking about how we can reflect that process is because we're in the autumn, we're heading into winter, and at this point, in many respects, the earth stands still and growth comes to an end. You'll see the gathering of harvests, and you'll see you'll see the falling of the leaves from the trees, and generally speaking, everything is letting go and sleeping effectively. And I feel that for humans, it would be really advantageous if we could allow ourselves the same process of letting go, of having gratitude for the harvest, gratitude for what we have achieved and acquired over the year, and to allow ourselves to be in a space of stillness and a space of withdrawal. And I feel that a lot of the people I'm working with at the moment, their mood is reflecting a need for that, but they seem to feel a little disjointed from it, and they feel as if there's something wrong with them. And I think that is because we live in a society which demands productivity and profitability as the priorities over and above everything else. And I feel a bit like it means that we've lost touch with that connection to earth. And yet at the same time, many of us have had an opportunity to reconnect to earth this year, because we have actually had to change our lifestyles dramatically. And so, when lockdown comes around, you see a lot more people walking around the fields and the woods and in the countryside in general, and in the cities they're out in the parks and so on and so forth. So there's a lot more connection in that respect to the land on which we stand and the place which we call our home. But in our brains, we're still troubled by the requirements of productivity and progress and so on and so forth. And I feel that it's important to just actually notice how our bodies are feeling and what our bodies are telling us, because in many respects, what we need to do to be at peace with ourselves and in our environments is to connect with our environment and respond to that environment. And so if we look outside the window at the moment, we're seeing that everything's going to sleep. For the most part, the trees have lost their leaves now, and flowering season for most plants has finished. The growing season for fruits and veg has finished. The harvests have been gathered in, but everything is in a place of standing still. And I want to encourage you to allow yourselves to just be still and to withdraw and to disconnect, and not feel as if that means there's something wrong with you. Not worry that you're entering into some kind of seasonal depression or otherwise, but just acknowledge that it's time for reflection. It's time to give thanks for what we have achieved through the months. I feel for a lot of us there's been an increase in our resilience as we have had to endure difficulties through this year. And I feel that we have also all reconnected, or hopefully many of us have reconnected with our surroundings and the blessings that they bring to us. And so at this time, I want to urge all of you to acknowledge what your body is telling you and respond to that accordingly, and be at peace with that because it's appropriate at this time. And so if you need to take a slightly longer lunch break, or if you need to not be constantly talking to people in the evening because that's the only way you can connect with people at the moment, but you feel like you'd rather just sit with a book or get lost in a movie or whatever, give yourself permission to do that. It's a form of self-care to protect yourself in that way, and acknowledge that that is part of what this season demands of us, and it gives us the resilience to see us through the long hard winter that may or may not be ahead of us. So be kind and be patient to yourselves and to others, and have a good day.